Hello, good evening and namaste. In this episode of Kaapi with Kudpi, we have a special guest. He is hailing from Udupi, famous Ammunje family. He is an engineering graduate with specialization MS in engineering from Michigan, USA. But he is looking after the family business. Family business in the sense the business inherited from his mother's side. Kudpiraj brothers in Kudpiraj. He along with his brother is managing the business. Over the last 25 years, he is an avid collector of stamps, coins, then picture postcards, seashells and matchbox pictures. And apart from that, he is also a collector of Coca-Cola and Pepsi cans and 330 ml plastic bottles. I don't know what he is going to do with those bottles. Maybe some architecture, because he is an engineer. He may be having the idea what to do with it. Anyway, he is a good collector and he is interested in many things. He is always with the nature and he goes around with his DSLR camera and captures birds and animals around Manipal and other interesting places around, maybe into the forest. And they have got the photography group, photography club, then the stamps and coins collectors club. A lot of activities he is in. He will tell you more about what his activities are and what his abilities are. We will explore it one by one. He is none other than Ammunje Nagendra Nayak, son of late Dr. Ammunje Nayak and Nandini Nayak. I know his father. I have not met him, but I know him because Nagendra's uncle, maternal uncle, Kuladi Divakar Pai, is a good friend of mine. And we used to borrow some video cassettes from him in the late 1970s and early 1980s. And those collections had the name Dr. A.K. Nayak. He was in the Arabian Gulf. He had a huge collection of these video cassettes, which Divakar had with him. And we used to borrow and watch them on some friends' VCR or some system. Mostly Mind Your Language. That show was the favorite with us. Later, when I met Nagendra, that was first time when I met him. It was during his sister-in-law's wedding. That is his wife Asha's sister Vinaya's wedding with Balkunje Vastev Shene, our neighbor. Then we became good friends, and he has been very cordial, amicable, and he shares so many ideas with me, and he is into so many activities. Whenever we meet, he discusses a lot of those things with me. As I said, he is married Asha Nayak from Coca. She is also an engineering graduate, and right now she is working as headmistress in Madhav Krapa School in Manipal. Asha is also into many activities, but she is shy to appear in this show. So I said I'll tell a couple of words about you, and maybe in their family album you will get to see a lot of their activities. So I welcome Nagendra and welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Hope we will have a very good discussion about your activities and in general about food, because Kaapi with Kudpi is also about coffee and the snacks. Some of these snacks which I make at home, and coffee, filter coffee is made by my wife, Meena. So I hope you will enjoy our hospitality. And which language do you prefer to talk in? Because we can talk in English, we can talk in Kannada, we can talk in Konkani.
Yeah, English and Konkani would be fine.
English and Konkani,
yeah.
We'll mix both, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, no issues. We'll talk in both English and Konkani. Wherever there are Konkani sentences, I'll insert subtitles, okay? So, Nagendra, first samari, Kaapi with Kudpi Malari, Kauchani, Piuchani, Ullache. So, Garkadke Algasiki Kanas, this is Vale Pataki, which I first started using prawns. Vale Pataki means the ones which are made with palm leaves, you know.
Yes, yes.
Those which we used to crack during our younger days. It resembles that shape. It is a samosa, but I have put in some spinach puree in that, in the outer shell dough.
Okay.
So while mixing the dough, I put that. So some greenish color is visible, and it looked like a dried, palm leaf. The appearance comes like that. Taste is like samosa, but filling is different. Filling is our local tender cashew nut and breadfruit.
Okay.
तशी आमी हें टेस्ट करून पळया. तशीच एक स्वीट, हें स्वीट कसा म्हळ्यार हें करदंटू म्हूण तूं खावन आसचें पुरो. करदंटू म्हळ्यार आमगेल्या हांगा नॉर्थ कर्नाटकांत तूं फेमस तें एडिबल गोवन इज डीप फ्रायड, then mixed with assorted dry fruits, chopped dry fruits, and jaggery syrup करतात त्यांनी. I didn't put jaggery syrup in this.
Okay.
This is totally, I don't say 100% jaggeryless, maybe 50-50. I used the date paste. कचरा पेस्ट आनी गोड्डा पांक घालून केला आनी हांव म्हाका पंचकज्जाय हें म्हूण नांव दवरलां करदंटू. इता म्हळ्यार दीस इज अ वेरिएशन ऑफ करदंटू. पंचकज्जाय बिकॉज some of the ingredients which you put in पंचकज्जाय, that is the ग्रॅम दाल, चणा दाळ म्हणटाचे आमी, ते भाजून घेवन ताची पेटी करून घालताचे आमी, ते पंचकज्जाय घालताची, मागीर नाल्ल घालता आमी, and all the other ingredients have put poppy seeds and other things. So you may like it. It's an energy bar like.
Okay.
So I cut down on sweets, not because I am diabetic or anybody is diabetic around, but as a rule, to cut down on sugar, which is a killer actually. In modern times, not many people eat sugar and jaggery much. They say jaggery is healthier. Only healthy part is it is not refined, that's all. But sweetness is the same. So it is equally dangerous as sugar for our system. So I make it like this. So you can enjoy that. Try one of these kardantu, okay?
Yes.
That is the kardantu. Then, before putting the samosa, I'll serve you some chutney and ketchup. So this chutney is a typical Bangalore restaurant style green chutney,
Okay.
which goes with samosa, okay? So you can have it, you can have second helping, no problem. You can go on eating. Little bit of ketchup, because both will make it more tasty. And this is the vale pataki. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's it.
Thank you.
Hope you can manage with a spoon and fork.
Yes.
Because and you have to remove that wick while eating. Okay, that's only for saying decoration. Yeah.
Very nice. Smooth in inside, crunchy outside.
And the filling has absolutely no garam masala.
Yes.
Okay. So Nagi, I'll call you Nagi because you are dearly called as Nagi by everyone in your family, and we are like one family. So I call him Nagi always. Anyway, first of all, I'd like you to talk little about your childhood. Your birth, your childhood, your growing up, your family, means your parents and brother and other people. Briefly.
Yes, I will.
And where you had your schooling, your primary schooling, middle school, high school, then college, then your engineering. After that you went to the USA, as I told our viewers, that you did specialization in Michigan. So what took you there, and why you didn't continue in that line, and why you had to take up the family business. And of course, now you have been running it for the last 25 years, and you have come a long way. Your hobbies, your travel. So one by one.
Yeah.
So I'll remind you again, because at one breath I told you a lot of things, and you can share some anecdotes also, some funny or memorable incident. Sometimes it is not funny. It is difficult to go through that, but now when you think about it, you feel good. Such instances, one or two instances you can share, or in between your story you can narrate them, whatever has happened. And any other thing, some message for the youngsters, because you have groomed up your young son to be a good photographer, and he is into nature, he is into so many activities, just like you. So such inspiration, how the younger generation can get. and how good we can make out of our own lives. See, we indulge in a lot of fun and frolic, but fun is not everything in life. Some hard work should be there, and how we develop passion for things. All those things you can say. So let's start with your childhood and.
I was born not far away from here, in Butts Nursing Home, very close.
Okay.
So I was born here in Mangalore, and then my dad, he used to practice in Malpe. We moved to Udupi, and as far as I remember, I did my UKG, LKG, and first standard in Udupi, in a school called Mukunda Krapa. Then in 1979, my father moved to Gulf, so he got an opportunity, and he always had this passion to go to Gulf outside India. So he tried US, he tried Singapore, finally find a good job, Ministry of Health in Oman. So then we shifted to Mangalore when my dad moved to Muscat. And I did my 4th and 5th standard in Narayan Guru School. That's here in Mannagudda. And 5th standard till 10th I studied in St. Aloysius. So a lot of my classmates are from Mangalore. So I have a good number of friends here in Mangalore. And then I moved to Udupi then, because my dad, this was like 10 years time, dad came back. He returned from Gulf. So he came and settled down in a place called Udyavar.
So you didn't go to Gulf and stay there?
We used to go to the Gulf during holidays. During holidays, once a year. So 2 months we used to spend time in Gulf. But as we grew up, we found that it's too boring to go there, because there's nothing much you can do. It's too hot. We cannot go out. We cannot play. So during the final 2-3 years, we were avoiding going to Gulf countries. But then in 11th and 12th standard, I did in MGM, Mahatma Gandhi Memorial College. And after that, I did my engineering at Manipal Institute of Technology for 4 years. And then, as usual, it was the trend during those days. As soon as you finish your engineering, you go to US for higher studies. Actually, I was not very keen to go to US, but when I saw all my friends going to US, when they were applying, even I started applying. And by God's grace, some of my friends who applied along with me could not get a visa. But some of God's grace, I managed to get a visa, because getting visa to go to US during those days was very difficult. And actually, we had to go to Chennai for people from here. Chennai was a consulate for us. And there was a lady over there who was quite famous among students. When she is famous for rejecting visas. For some reason, she used to reject visas. But somehow, I was just praying that I won't get this lady. And I don't know, fortunately or unfortunately, that lady came. She was the one who interviewed me, and I was very fortunate to get a visa. I was very surprised. So I got my visa. So 2 years of MS in engineering management in Michigan. And after that, when I was doing my schooling here, during my holidays or during the free time, I always used to sit in my grandfather's textile shop. So since childhood, I was fascinated with the textile. So it was in my blood. So going to in the evenings or Sundays, I used to go and sit in the shop. So after I finished my MS, so we had some issues in one of our branches in Kundapur. So either we had to sit, or it came to a situation, or we had to close it down. So both brother and me, we decided to run the show in Kundapur, and that's how I ended up in
When
Kundapur.
did you lose your father?
My father expired in 1993. That was in my pre-final year engineering. During my 3rd year engineering, that's when my dad expired. And after that, as I said, I went to US. Then in 2000, I joined Kundapur. And after that, for last 22 years, I am working in Kundapur, doing textile business, dealing with saris and.
Your mom is involved in this business? Who? Your mother?
No, my mother is a housewife. Mother is not involved in this business. Both brother and me, we are involved. My brother takes care of the shop. I usually handle the purchase part. So I travel a lot. So for purchasing, so I have traveled almost all nook and corner of India. So wherever there is manufacturing of saris, I've been to that place.
Okay.
Saris, or whether it is shooting, shirting, or whatever. So visit the place. It's quite an experience to go to all these places and learn about things, meet new people.
So you are dealing in saris, dress materials, and shootings and
Shirting.
all
We don't deal with ready-mades. We only deal with textiles.
that. So you are happy with your business also.
Yes.
So that's a great attitude. I must say, being an engineer, running the family show, the textile business, and he loves it. And along with his work, he has pleasure also of touring and seeing new places, and his hobbies. A lot of hobbies, I said. Photography is a prime hobby of his, I can say, because I am a little bit into photography and I can appreciate what he clicks, the birds and nature, whatever I have seen. And he has been associated with some of my friends who are into photography, like Gopal Krishna Baliga, Dr. Saigirdhar Kamath,
Yes.
then Dr. Krishna Mohan, whom we lost.
Yes. Ranganath Bhatt.
Ranganath Bhatt, yes. So all these amateur photographers, they have been close to him, and they are hand in glove. They go together and do birding and all that. The coffee has arrived. Filter coffee by my wife Meena.
Oh.
She makes it well. Yeah, a little bit strong. I hope you like strong coffee.
No, I like strong coffee because when I go to purchase in Bangalore, I look forward for their coffee.
The Bangalorean
Filter coffees. I just love them, especially in the small darshan type of hotels they have in the corner shop.
Yeah.
I always make a point to have at least 2 or 3 cups of coffee in Bangalore.
Okay, cheers.
Cheers.
So, no restriction, be at home
Yes.
and have as many samosas. 2 more are there, you can help yourself later.
Yeah, I will.
And these sweets, I don't think it will be heavy on you.
Yeah.
Anyway, so continuing your talk, as I told, he is an avid photographer, he is into birding mostly and nature.
Actually, it started off when my son was about 5 or 6 years of age. My in-laws are from Coca. So we used to go to Coca very often, and it was a perfect setting for birds. And we started seeing birds. Then I purchased one camera, we started photographing them. Then what happened once was I lost, for some reason, all the captured images I lost. So next time when I captured the images, I decided to upload it on Facebook. And that's when a friend of mine called me immediately. He said, "Since when you are into birding?" That's the first time I heard the word birding. I've never heard the word called birding then. So that's how it started. And then he told me there is a small club in Manipal which they go for birding every Sundays. They have a lot of trails in and around Manipal. And that's how it started. So probably in 2008 I became one of the member of Manipal Birding Club. And since then I have been a very regular member. And we also have one Manipal Birding Day, which happens on 2nd Sunday of February. So a lot of bird enthusiasts come here, and we go on different trails, and we record how many number of species we have seen on that day. And that's how I met all this Dr. Sai Giridhar, Gopal Krishna. They used to come from Mangalore for all this birding day, on this birding day.
To identify these birds, do you refer to books or?
Yes, we do refer to books.
Because not all birds can be found online easily.
Yes.
Because that image comparison, whatever you call image, reverse image search, or that doesn't take you much of the, bring you much of the results.
No, but nowadays there are apps which you can just take the picture and upload it, and 90% of the time they are quite accurate. Or else there are 2 books. One book is called written by Girmit and Inskip, which is a Bible for bird lovers. So very nice book. And there is of course a smaller bird, one more book which was written by a guy called Ramit Singhal. So Ramit Singhal was a student in MIT who was an avid birder. So he came to study in 2008, in and around 2008 to Manipal, and he was the one who coined the word, brought the interest. How could I'll tell you. So he was the guy who formed that small club.
He inspired others.
To go on trails and have a look. So we had a small data of on what trail, what birds are seen. So all this happened because of him, and slowly that club grew from very little number. Now it's a very big club, and plus now what has happened is there is one online data collector which is called eBird. So when you go on any birding, you just have to take your mobile and you just have to point your location where you are going birding, and whichever birds you see. So moment you put the location, it will give you a list of probable birds in that area.
Oh, very good.
So all you have to do is just mark those birds, and you have to just upload it.
A lot of people have done a lot of work in
this. So what happens is, certain birds, we have some birds which are endemic to this area, means they live here. Now there are a lot of birds which migrate from other places. So once the winter sets in northern hemisphere, all these birds will start coming down. So if you go through this app, you can see those dots moving from northern hemisphere, coming to south as the time progresses. Similarly, once the summer sets in the northern hemisphere, you see all the birds going back to breed. So a lot of these waders are birds which are usually in the seashore and in the riverside. These birds are all migratory birds, most of them. So once the winter sets in, they come here. And some birds are there, like they are jungle birds. Like there is one bird called paradise flycatcher, very nice bird. So it also comes once the winter sets in, it comes here, and then it goes back in the month of March, April. It goes to Tibet to breed. So you will find a lot of birds from Tibet, Siberia coming here, and once the summer sets in over there, they all go back.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Great.
It's a very interesting.
No, all I've got to know back in 1989 was at Bharatpur Bird Sanctuary. We went around and we saw those Siberian cranes. Then we came to know that they migrate from Siberia, in cold winter, and by October they appear there. And by maybe March or something, they'll fly back. That's what I heard. So my knowledge of birding is very little. And though I have a camera, I have not gone around taking pictures of birds. Maybe one or two kingfisher and all those things, common birds which come to.
Here.
Yeah, that's what I've done.
There are these estuaries, a lot of estuaries in Kundapur. Then there is one near Mulki. So these places you can find a lot of birds. So recently, about 2-3 years back, I spotted this oyster catchers. They are extremely rare birds, and there were about 9 of them, which had migrated from Australia.
Oh, really?
And I was very lucky to spot them in Kundapur estuary. When you go to seeing birds, then you learn about trees. What trees, what birds sit in. Then you learn about the flowers on those trees. So it is all connected.
Yeah.
Then you start seeing butterflies. It's not that we started butterflies right from the start. When we started watching birds, we started watching butterflies. So that's how it happens. And it's not with me. It's with most of the birders. It's the same thing. And
Gopal Krishna Bali used to tell me that certain butterflies are attracted to certain flowers.
Yes.
So if you grow certain plants in the garden, you can attract such butterflies.
Yes.
So that science, not many people know.
Yes.
Only those who are deep into it,
Yes.
they know. We know that some butterflies, yellow, black and red and all these things. We don't even know the names.
No more.
But
That's true even with birds. Most of the common people, they always say all the birds are crows and all the birds are sparrows to them. They don't know the third name of birds. Actually, in my house, so far I have registered 74 species of birds. I have seen. And I have seen 68 species of butterflies so far recorded in my house. And that itself is quite a record.
You have got a big garden, I
Yes,
think.
we have a big garden behind my house, but we have to be there at the right time. Because I am into business, I don't get all the time. So Sundays, I spend a lot of time in the garden, and in the mornings, I spend a lot of time in the garden. So during these 2 periods, I record whatever I have seen.
Yeah, maybe during ideal weather, I'll come there. We'll go around.
Sure.
We'll do a walk the talk there, and
We can.
about nature. And you have talked much about that area near the sea, where a lot
Estuary,
of those things you have talked about. Those all we visit, and we'll make another documentary someday.
We can.
And I want to include your son also in this series or some other, maybe.
Yes.
For the younger generation, I may come out with a different series altogether.
Okay.
Either we can do it there or here, anywhere. Because, cameras are portable and we can set up everywhere. I am sure your garden will be much better than ours. So
no, I don't have any ornamental not many flowering plants, but I have a lot of trees behind.
No, greenery. Greenery is important.
Yes.
What we need is greenery as a background. We cannot, have all the flowers and show them. Right now, what we can see is trees mostly, not the flowers. Anyway, so moving on from birding and butterfly captures, photography in general. About your stamp and coin collection and postcards, picture postcards.
So,
and a little bit about your other things, the Coca-Cola and Pepsi cans. We'll talk about.
So, speaking about stamps, I used to collect stamps ever since I was a child, but I was not very much into like all children. Even I used to have a small collection of stamps. It so happened that when I came back from US, my grandfather's house was in Udupi. There was this stamp show in Kidur Hotel. So I just parked my scooter and I just saw that board. There's a stamp exhibition. And I went inside and I saw there was a huge stamp exhibition with lot of collection displayed. And that's when I, thought, why not let I too start this hobby. And then I met one of my mentors, Mr. Krishnaya, and he guided me.
And that was organized by genuine philatelists?
It was organized by Dakshina Kannada Philatelic Association.
Okay.
The association people organized that stamp exhibition and I went there, and that's where my stamp collection started.
Okay.
So stamp collecting is actually it's actually a very relaxing hobby. I think everybody, and your knowledge will grow by leap and bounds by collecting stamps. So stamps those who collect stamps, they usually collect by themes. It's not that everywhere I go, everybody asks me, how many country stamps you have. It's not like that. We collect
during childhood, it was a fashion.
Yes, fashion. So, how many countries stamps you have? Everyone used to ask me.
And lot of these duplicates, the fake stamps used to come.
Yeah, those are not duplicates. Those are called CTOs.
Okay.
Those are actually stamps which are cancelled by the postal authority themselves to sell commercially.
The triangular ones.
Triangular ones.
Some
odd
shapes.
Those are genuine stamps.
Genuine stamps.
Those are genuine
What
stamps.
about the 3D stamp and all that?
It is genuine.
Okay.
It is issued by Bhutan. Very sought after stamps. Those are also very genuine stamps and very sought after.
We used to collect such stamps during our childhood.
Yes. The Bhutan is quite famous for all this.
You have a stamp album to display now?
Yes,
right
I have.
Now?
Yes.
So your stamp collection must be quite
yes. I'll tell you, I collect stamps on, my main theme is on global warming, and that I have displayed that in even international levels, and I also won a lot of medals also.
Oh, good.
For global warming.
Good.
Then I collect stamps on Mahatma Gandhi. I collect stamps on issued after independence, post-independence. Okay, not pre-independence, post-independence stamps. Then I collect stamps on banana, only on banana, and that itself is that exhibit has won a lot of awards.
Oh, really?
Only on banana.
Great.
Then I collect stamps on roses. Then these are my main themes.
So you have connection with the people who have such stamps fitting the needs.
Yes,
all over the world.
Yes, we have a lot of forums on online forums. We have a lot of clubs. So I am a member of a lot of clubs.
Okay.
Here itself we have two clubs. One is Dakshina Kannada Philatelic Association with headquarters in Mangalore. And there is a club in Manipal also, which is managed by Manipal University.
Okay.
So I am a member there also. Here we meet every second Sunday. So a lot of like-minded collectors come here and we exchange stamps. We talk about stamps. So at head post office in Mangalore. Also second Saturday we meet in Manipal, and there about 10-15 minutes somebody gives a talk on stamps, any small topic on stamps, and then we have a small auction, or exchanges of stamps, and happens in Manipal.
Okay. So physically you can indulge in this.
Yes. So what happens in these clubs? There are both stamps as well as coin collectors, but you will find more of coin collectors. Out of 100 people, you will find 90 people who collect coins, but very few people collect stamps.
Okay.
So then you will ask me why is this? So see, stamps are very difficult to maintain because of our weather, because all stamps has got gum in the back.
Yeah.
So we have to keep it away from moisture.
Yeah.
So it is a very difficult thing to maintain.
Yeah.
So you need patience. When you collecting stamps, you need a lot of patience. Unlike coins, you can just take it and put it in one jar, or you can put it in one corner. Nothing will happen for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
But stamps are not like that.
Yeah.
So
the termites and other
yes,
pests,
you have to be very careful about white ants. I've seen a lot of collectors losing their collection to white ants. To be very, very careful about white ants. But coins, it is not like that. So you'll find a lot of coin collectors, very few stamp collectors, and you can learn a lot from stamps. So this is my post-Indian collection. So this is how it is. So we have to, these are all stamps which are arranged year-wise. And we have to put the stamps in something called as habits. Habits, where a stamp is taken and it is put inside a habit and then it is stuck onto these papers. So once you do that, it's permanent. And one more thing about stamp is you cannot keep it like this horizontally. You have to always stack it straight. Vertically. If you keep like this horizontally, you keep more things on this, and all the gum will get
putting pressure on
the stamps, and the stamps will spoil.
Look at the science behind it.
So you have to always keep all your albums vertically.
Oh, good.
Whether it is coins or stamps.
Yeah, that's something remarkable.
See, I have bought one example of to show you what habits are. So this is an habit. You can see here. So this is a stamp.
Oh.
So this is a habit. This is a habit.
Yeah.
You can see it's a film like this.
Oh, that is called habit.
Habit. So it has got gum behind. So you can reuse it. So you just put a little bit of water behind here. You put the stamp like this. So stamp remains intact. You never stick your stamp to your paper. Never.
Okay. So you put it here, to the album.
You're sticking this to the album. Okay. And you have to cut this according to the shape of the size. But these habits you will get in various sizes. So this big, 10 millimeter, 20 millimeter, 15 millimeter.
Brilliant.
And this is made in Germany. This is made in Germany.
Brilliant.
Yes. So it is sold by German stamp companies. So if you are a stamp collector, you need to have this. So once you put it in this and you then stick it to your album, then it is permanent. But you need a lot of patience to sit and do all these things. Then I'll talk about a little bit of coins. I collect coins, post-independence coins, but not very much into coins. I have not got attracted towards coins. Apart from the Indian money.
You think there is no thrill in collecting coins?
Not much.
Not much hardship.
Yes.
You always want to have hardship.
Yes. So coins are not my cup of tea.
Okay.
So
it's part of your collection.
It is a part of my collection. Whatever when I exchange coins somewhere in the market or like in my shop, if I find something different,
if you have some photographs or videos, you can share with me.
I will.
I'll insert in.
Yes.
Okay. So, and apart from that, the main thing you are interested, I am sure, is postcards.
Postcards are my main.
Because during our discussions, you have talked to me and told me many things about postcards.
Postcards started. I used to actually like postcards from since I started collecting stamps. But to receive postcard, you need some person over there. Who has to buy a postcard, put stamp on it and post it. So it is a very difficult thing, and the postal authority won't do it for you. So either some friend has to go there or you have to travel.
Keep eating. You are not eating much.
Look at me, you can see how much I eat.
I want to make
you fat.
I want to make you look a little bit like me. I was fatter than you, much fatter than this. But anyway.
So
I love feeding people, offering my things.
I'm a big fan of your show. I always see them.
But I think you have got more meaningful thing to do in life than watching my
No, nothing like that. It's good. It's not about show. You learn something when people talk about something. There's one or two things.
My thing is, I've got interest in almost everything. Whatever I do it with dedication. Just like you. You have got varied interest and all that. You are still young, you have got a long way to go, and you can concentrate on many things. And at a young age, you have got a lot of exposure, and you know where to go and how to do things. But we are not like that. We were clueless when we did that, and we didn't have resources, most of all. So after getting the job, it's mostly eating, drinking, and enjoying life. Whatever we earned, we spent. We raised loans and saw that life is good. So all those 2 decades or more in the bank, I spent like that. After starting my own profession, I thought life has a lot of things to do. We can do so many things. And I just remembered my late father, who was a journalist, the drama exponent, and the book publisher. Apart from that, he has done a lot of ventures, including manufacturing mosquito coils and all that. In 50s, mid-1950s. We can't imagine. When we saw that tortoise mosquito coil, we didn't know that there is a mosquito coil. So such things he has done. Lot of adventure he has done. I thought, why not me?
Yes.
I can do it. I have his inherited genes and all that. So whatever possible I do, and it's a one-man show. You might have seen me working with camera and all that. I go around single-handed. Of course, lately I've got a young cameraman, a very young, your own sister-in-law's son, Vinay's son, Vivan Chennai, Balkunje. He is my official videographer now. So with this help, this is all possible now.
So Postcards started somewhere in 2008. So what happened? I was telling you. So it was very difficult to get. So what I used to do is, I used to listen to shortwave radios. That was one of the hobbies. I used to listen to shortwave radios, and they had something called as a QSL report.
Okay.
So whatever you listen, on what frequency you have listened to that show, and what a brief description about that show. You write it to that. Suppose it is from Radio Netherlands. They had English service broadcasted to India.
Yeah.
So I used to listen to them and write a letter to them saying that on this and this day I have listened to your program on this frequency, and they used to send me a postcard. So that was called as a QSL postcard. That's how my first collection of postcards started.
Okay.
So I have quite a few collection of these QSL cards which are priceless. I have from Radio Netherlands, I have from NHK Japan, I have from Deutsche Welle Germany, I have from Voice of America. Voice of America even sent me a t-shirts, calendars. It was unbelievable. I have from Radio Australia, I have from Radio China International. They had amazing broadcast here in India. Their broadcast was much better than our All India Radio.
Really?
And on all frequencies they used to broadcast. So Radio Australia International. So I used to try to get as many, listen to as many radio programs, especially news, and they had some excellent documentaries. So I used to listen to them and I used to write to them. So that's how it started. But in 2008, what happened was there was this post-crossing site which opened. It was called postcrossing.com. There what happened was it is a site where you send postcards and you receive postcards randomly from some person. It was a very interesting post-crossing site, postcard collecting site. Even today it is there. You can go and if you are interested in collecting postcards, you can go there. And you write to some unknown people and you get postcards from unknown people. There are some guidelines you have to follow. And from there it started. Today I have about 5,000 postcards in my collection.
Wow. On
different topics. And there are a lot of forums in post-crossing. And my main theme is on UNESCO World Heritage Sites.
Okay.
So the UN has inscribed about 1,140 UNESCO sites. Out of which I have received from 862 sites so far. And it has been posted from that country. It's not that just the postcard. It has been posted from that country.
Carrying the stamp of that country. Okay. Collecting postcards, it's not easy. Yes. But it's fascinating at the same time.
You learn a lot about it while collecting postcards. So this is my collection of postcards from Spain. So Spain has about more than 40 UNESCO World Heritage Sites.
Okay.
So this is how I have arranged it. So this is a postcard and this is a World Heritage Site. So this is how I organized my postcards.
So these are the postcards. So different countries.
No, this is only from Spain.
Only from Spain?
This
all
is
these cards?
Yes, these are only from Spain.
My goodness.
World Heritage Sites of Spain.
Okay.
Like this, I have more than 20 albums.
So everything is personalized?
Everybody has sent me.
Okay.
See, if you want just the postcards, you can just go on eBay and buy. But to send it from that country, it is taken me more than...
One full album with postcards from Spain. Can you believe it?
And only Spain's World Heritage Sites.
Wow.
Like this, I have Germany, I have from Austria, I have from all the countries. As I told you, I have so far received for more than 800 sites out of 1,140 postcards which I have received. This is a very interesting one. This is a wooden postcard.
Wow.
This is a wooden postcard which has been sent from Malaysia.
Wow.
This is a postcard from Finland. This is made up of tree bark.
Okay. Papyrus, what they call?
No, this is a birch.
Oh, birch tree.
Yeah.
Not papyrus or the crude paper, not crude paper.
No, this is a birch tree bark paper postcard.
And hand painted, is it?
Yeah, looks like that.
Okay.
It's hand painted. This is a wooden postcard from South Africa. It's been posted from there.
Wow.
Cape Town.
So you got it?
Yes.
Without
any. I'll tell you. One card is there. I was really surprised. This is made up of cork material.
Oh.
Wine cork bottle. This postcard is made up of that material.
Wow.
Posted from Portugal.
So flexible.
This material is available only in Portugal.
Wow. So all personalized.
This is a 3D postcard. 3D from Netherlands.
Netherlands. Okay.
This is my sister Deepika. She sent from US. This is from Copper Canyon.
Wow.
Copper postcard.
Lovely. Beautiful. See, these are the rare collections. These we don't get to see in normal life. Fantastic.
This is one card which I never thought will arrive. It just come from Spain. And it is one of my favorites.
Beautiful.
There is this is a dance of a Spanish dance. And they have a skirt made out of textile material.
Yeah.
And this is one very interesting postcard which was sent by my friend Santosh Nayak from Australia. This postcard looks very ordinary, but it is actually a seed.
Really?
You wash it in water and you plant it, it will turn into a plant. That's what it's written here. You can read the details. You can, in the back there is
Oh my goodness. Isn't that strange?
See, it is written here, planting this seed card. Soak card in water until soft. Place card on seed raising. Mix in ground pot or ground. Lightly cover with more mixed water and keep moist. Germination should start in 7 to 12 days.
Wow. Let's show it on the camera anyway. Close up.
And this is a reflector card. You can see it, it's reflecting.
Oh,
Reflects.
Beautiful.
So I have many cards like this, but I showing a few important ones. And then I have on various themes. I have cards on tall buildings. I have cards on animals, black and white postcards. And if you are interested, you can see all my postcards in my blog. So you can see everything online. All the postcards which I have received, it's there online, and I'll give you the link.
I'll share the link with public. Viewers can watch whatever he has.
So you want to see any of my collection, you can see it online. I have all my World Heritage sites on my blog. I have so far received from postcards from 136 countries, which has been addressed to my address in Udyawar. There are about 192 countries and about 30 to 35 stamp issuing entities. They may not be a country, but there are stamp issuing entities. Like Finland is a country, so there is one small island called A-land, but A-land belongs to Finland, but A-land issues their own stamps, even though they belong to Finland.
Okay.
So similarly, we have this Christmas Island, even they belongs to Australia, they have their own stamps.
Amazing collection and fascinating details about these postcards.
The thing about postcard is you learn so many things from a postcard. So first you see the picture on the postcards tell you something, okay, and somebody is writing to you, so you get to know that person. Second thing. Third, the stamp on the postcard. The picture on the stamp will tell you something. You learn something from it. Stamp has got some commemorative thing behind it, so you will learn more about stamps. And you will be a part of history because you have a postal seal on it.
Yes.
So if you have a postcard or if you have a letter which has been posted say in 1980s, even today those are valid because it has got a postal seal on it. And no matter what, these seals, they'll never fade away. It will always be there.
Yeah.
And it is not like your mobile where you say happy birthday and next day you take a mobile photograph and next day you erase it. This will be there with you throughout your life.
Yeah. Great logic.
So today's everybody, they all send happy birthday through your mobile in one sentence, or happy wedding anniversary. Some people are so lazy, they can't even type happy wedding anniversary. It will be HWA. And during my college days, what birthday cards were given to me? I'm talking about these Archie's cards. I hope you know. There's something called as Archie's cards.
I know.
I still have those cards with me. And what I was wished last birthday, I still can't remember who has wished me through mobile. The very next day I forget.
Yeah.
And all these friends who gave me these Archie's cards, I still have them. And whenever I find time, I go through them, and it's immense pleasure you get. The kind of joy you experience when you see these cards, when you go through it, you cannot explain in words.
No, there is a time in life when we collect so many things and we cherish it, but not like you. Yours is forever.
Yes.
Whatever you do is permanent. That's something great.